Let's go.
It's Big Frank in the morning, Jay Cherie keeping it going. We got them hot topics, local news, and BGC flowing. We got Big Kev on the air, Dark Knight flying in here. It's Fire 716 and we rocking it. Hey.
Hey. 716 Radio, what's up? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever this may find you in the world, in the universe, wherever you at, what it is, what's up? You're locked into Big Frank in the morning. And locked in the, y'all won't believe who in the room with me today, y'all. My homegirl, Jay Cherie.
Back in the building. It was 2 weeks.
It's been 5 months. You've been away.
Listen, I had to take a break before I ended up on the first 48.
My homegirl, D Money Mac is in the building. Kev on air.
You know it.
I'm gonna go do something else. The provider, Daniel.
What's up?
And listen. This is a special show today because our mothers are in the building. The Queen, as you know her, Queen Mama Ross. Uprising the people. You know, I call her Sister Sue just because our history is what it is. That's Kevin's. Kevin's mom is here as well. How are you? Good. And if y'all don't know, Deaja's mom is in the room as well. You know, listen.
My mama's in room.
Our mama's in room. We're gonna be on the table. I don't know what's gonna happen. But, it's gonna be a good, amazing morning. Go around the table. How was your yesterday, the weekend? Let's talk about it. Mamas, welcome all y'all.
Right. Okay. Welcome to the
Welcome to the table.
Thank you.
We're gonna go around the table, starting from my left, right, my right, and just talk about your weekend and what went down.
So they had the Bollywood nights, and it was really a lot of fun. Very interesting. She let me wear one of the scarves. I didn't know how to wear that joint. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I was like, I don't want to sound ignorant, but I put it on, and then people kept coming up to me like, "Wow, this is so beautiful." I'm like, "This is not mine." It was nice though. It was really nice though. It was a great. And then we hung out and watched Ip Man.
Oh yeah,
you ever see
that ain't lit?
I said I've never seen somebody beat somebody down.
So nice, you know.
Just the first one we watched.
Let's pause it. I didn't know there was so many.
Man, them joints lit. I got them all on DVD.
I don't even know what you guys are talking about.
I'm trying to catch him. I'm trying to catch it.
So what's crazy about number one, I never called it man, never. IP1, IP2, IP man. Like, who's IP man?
Oh, Derek says hello, Mom.
No, valid, but no, that's good. Go ahead.
That was it.
Mom, how was your weekend?
I hung out with her. I went over to my mom's and hung out with my mom, and I'm the one that put him down on IP man. It's actually a.
Your mom?
And a lot of people don't understand the background to that is he's the teacher who taught Bruce Lee.
Right.
And if you keep watching,
it'll get to
third
that.
or fourth one, it'll show Bruce Lee as a kid.
My boy he be tagging boys. That's my boy right there.
No, I guess I'll be watching. Well, you know what? I'm on vacation.
No.
There you go.
Yes, vacation.
Yes. Go ahead, Jess. How was your yesterday?
Church was good. This weekend I realized I was off of vacation, so I instantly got sad. But nah, my weekend was good. I binge watched Queen Charlotte. Amazing. Yes. I admire Lady Danbury a little bit more. But no, I had a really good weekend. And just got some divine interruptions in some good places. So that'll be Big Girl Chronicles. Yeah.
Sister Sue.
Sister Sue.
It's Minister Sue. Yeah, come on. Apostle, come on. We can
First lady at the table.
It changes real quickly at this radio station. It can go from funny to prophesying real quick.
Minister Mother.
The Eminem.
Yeah.
But yesterday was beautiful.
Good.
It was emotional.
Yeah.
You know, I don't have my mother.
Yeah.
And church was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Oh, we got it in.
Oh, I know y'all did.
And then God blessed the mothers
Yeah.
of the church. But my ending was awesome. I also did. I was at my daughter's house. They cooked me a nice big juicy steak.
Okay.
Mama, I love it.
Mama, I love you.
Yes.
Mama, I start hearing Mama.
They played that song at church. They were giving us flowers.
Aww.
And I was done.
Yeah, her pastor was in her good heels yesterday.
Yes.
Saw the pictures. She was in her good heels.
You know, we did also watch a movie because I had never seen Whitney Houston's movie.
Oh, it's a good movie.
I was like, oh my goodness, why did they depict her? Because you see a lot of other movies that's talking about someone's life and they don't go that deep into it.
Yeah.
They skip over a lot of stuff, but it kind of like disturbed me to see that they put as much of her beginning in there. I was like, I was ready to go on the rampage.
But they told the real story,
That's
though.
what they were.
But her family sanctioned it. Her family sanctioned them to tell the real story about America's Sweetheart.
America's Sweetheart. The thing is that they showed a lot of her out of church.
Yeah.
You know, when she was in church, because it to me it made it look like they were ridiculing the church, trying to put her out there like that.
Yeah.
You know, because that's where they started her out at, in the church,
Right.
living a life outside of the church, right? So I'm like, well, we know that do happen.
Yeah.
People go to church and then after they got another hidden lifestyle.
Yeah.
But I mean, you don't see that with any of the other stars that they had. You know, did movies and documentaries. So it kind of like, why would they do her like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was good. It was good. It was good. But I had a wonderful.
No, go.
Yeah.
Mama.
Be Mama Ross.
But my weekend was amazing, and I'm gonna say why it was amazing because I celebrated Mother's Day living and not surviving. There's a difference.
Come on.
And I appreciate the energy even my younger children put into. I love my oldest, don't get me wrong. We've been there, done that. He used to this one right here used to spoil me to death till when he got married. I was crying when, because now he became a father, a husband. His roles has changed as well. So my younger children, I thank God for them because they celebrated her very well. But they celebrated when I was living life, not surviving.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you think surviving Mother's Day and living Mother's Day is two different things, honey. Let me tell you, really. But being celebrated yesterday, we went to church yesterday. My son went to church. We argued on the pew, but we got through it. Happy Mother's Day. But just being celebrated. I was laying in bed and I was like, Lord, you know what? My kids, I don't know, they had left the house, went on, Lord, I don't know where they went to in my car. But I said, I don't know where they went to in my car, but I was like, Lord, I really want some coffee. And so I was going to call them. I said, no, I ain't going to call them and tell them to bring me no Tim Hortons. I'm not going to do that. Guess what was in their hands when they got home? Lord, Mama. It was Tim Hortons coffee, and they got me flowers because I know I love flowers. And it was just an amazing day. It was a good
And
day.
shout out to Hannah Ross for graduating.
Oh, my girl.
Bananas graduated.
Well, she did.
Kevin, how was your yesterday? We brothers.
It was great.
Yeah, I love it. I feel
Church was good, amazing. I went to see my grandmother. Something that I don't normally do. Things are changing for me, so a lot of actions are going to be different in the coming years and coming months. So yeah, I got to give her some roses, rose,
Yeah,
and my aunt as well. But yours is coming. But no, yeah, that was my day.
Valid.
I was able to.
I told you, we kindred. Little love. I'm gonna tell you why we kindred. Y'all be mad at me, but Daniel, go ahead. I was your yesterday.
Happy anniversary, by the way, brother.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say that.
Happy first year wedding anniversary.
Yes, did it. I just slip our memory.
So yesterday was cool. Yesterday was Mother's Day, but yesterday was also my 1 year anniversary. So it was like it was a lot. It kind of started more like on Saturday, because had to give her own things. But like it was cool. Went to church. We went to church together because usually I usually lead them because they say too long. But I need to get my God when I gotta get it anyway. But we went to church together. Still got to sing in the choir. Took my mom and her. They went to Erie. Let them walk around the mall and took them out to eat and buy nothing. Brought them back. We went to Tim Hortons when the light went. Went to Krispy Kreme when the light came on.
You ain't seen the text light came on. I didn't teach you a cat.
Sir, that donuts wouldn't have made it back to Buffalo.
when I tell you that I got the donuts at like 5 and get back into Buffalo to like almost 9 o'clock. So like wouldn't have been hot when you got them. And shoot, came back, went there safely, came back safely. That's all I can ask for.
All right.
So,
well,
Frank.
Yesterday I woke up. I went to church. Church is good. Told my wife I appreciate her, but I have bad news, guys.
Why?
I ain't did nothing. Right, as I'm already in trouble, let's go ahead and beat this horse a little bit further. I am, for Mother's Day itself, I am not no longer really a subscriber to Hallmark holidays. Okay, I'm just old. I really am. But my wife, she loves them. She said,
that's how it is at my house.
So therefore, I'm just gonna be very honest. Gonna be honest this morning.
Yeah, it's your show.
En route to where we're going right now, there's some sacrifices that needs to be made consistently on both ends, and she also deserves more. That sounds kind of oxymoronic, because for me it's like, you know what? To get here's a flower roll, something just get by. Granted, no. Let me take you out. Let me do something more than. But don't restrict me to this day directly.
Right.
So for me, my pay period coming up. So this week I'm gonna take her out and just do what I want to do, and not just give the bare minimum of here. I didn't put a post up. I didn't buy a car. I didn't buy a fly. I didn't do. Okay, I know. I said I know today gonna be rough.
I didn't do none of those things.
This is part of the theatrical production of who I am.
Sir, we could have got some in-room chocolate covered
No.
You want to do it his way,
because I know it's rough.
Yeah.
I knew it was going to be a rough day. I'm not surprised for the smoke, but let me execute this week how I plan to execute this week, and don't restrict me to the day. You deserve the value. You deserve more than just a day. You are worthy of a day full of investment. So let me do. Now, my problem, I didn't communicate this, so I'm in trouble. I'll take it.
Oh yeah, you're
in trouble. I'll take this one, but let me go ahead and do my plan of action. I'm on vacation. I'm home at night. You're gonna rest, right? I'm gonna put my time in to get my extra funds, and I'm going to do what I want to do for you, and not reduce it. I struggle. I know her kind. but valid, because my wife is amazing, and she said this to me with attitude, but it's the truth nevertheless. As a mom, she does above and beyond the call of duty. And to be married to a man, preacher, businessman, all that stuff, and be a mom, she actually does it well. So church was good, God was good. He showed up, she had a little too, but it's all part of the production. Listen, y'all be mad at me, but it's the story I'm writing. Okay, so when I screenshot these moments and put the collage together, it'll make sense. Okay, it's all about production. Okay, they be like, Frank, it's production. And this is the scene where, oh my God, she's so disappointed, she's so mad. Oh my God, then he comes and he just Oh my God, I love him so much.
Don't do my sister love.
Talk to him, Frank. Okay? This the movie y'all be watching. Well, he ain't do nothing for her.
First of all, I don't watch like
that.
I'm a thug out here in these streets.
Not a thug. So
Tyler Perry movie.
Now, if I was to ask, how long did it take to accept your theatrical presentation? Immediately, or took her?
It's in process. Right. It's live. We're running it right now.
We are live in production.
Oh, in production.
Screenshots, snapped, voice messages, snapped. Okay, where we going? Booking. Okay.
Okay.
She, huh?
Book it.
Yeah. We ain't going out there, but we will. No. So, before we go into Big Girl Chronicles, because the mothers at the table, they do so much. I just want you guys to take a moment just to really express just who you are and what you do, just even outside of just being the mother. Because we know we're talking about the mother, and that part we appreciate. But you have so much more to offer. I don't want to tell it. I would love for you all to tell it yourself. So what do you do additionally to being just mom?
Mama.
She does that the best.
Yes.
She does.
Mom.
She does that.
What?
Literally.
Hi.
That's my son. I mean, for me, I guess it's a little different. I was a teenage mother, so it was very hard for me. And if it weren't for my mother, but God, and I don't know where we would have been. But I'm thankful because being a teenage mother wasn't easy.
Yeah.
Trying to graduate high school, got the naysayers. Oh, you ain't gonna be this. I get emotional because it's very, it's my story. I'm a cook, chef by trade. Thanks to this one. I was actually going to be a nurse, and they told me I had to wait 3 years to be on the waiting list. And I didn't know what to do. And I'm like, I had to do something. So she's like, Mom, you like to cook. Go be a chef. And I graduated in culinary in 2015.
Come on.
And,
Her meatballs is smacking.
Thank you. I do taxes. I like to write. I don't write a lot, but I like to write.
Good stuff.
Pass it on down, Frank.
Support my kids and what they do.
Hit it with that.
Church tissue.
Church tissue. It's just emotional because I didn't see myself then where I'm at now.
Yeah.
At 15 years old, and then to become a mother again at 19 because I have a younger son. And shout out to my son. It's just different. I guess my story just kind of resonates because I'm very proud of where I've become. It don't seem like it, but I thank God I'm not where I used to be.
All right.
And I still don't know where I'm going, but He gonna get me there.
Say less. Let me do a little shameless plug. Sisters Catering Services co-owner is Ashley Green, CCC of Veronica Bidding. She cooks. She's a chef for any occasion, event, baby shower, wedding, everything between. Book us by calling or emailing Sisters Catering for you at gmail.com or 716-228-3867.
Shout out.
That's what it sounds like.
Your mama don't want to call the mama.
Sister Sue, Minister Mom.
The M&M.
Put on the shirt.
She got cars.
That's right.
Talk to him. No, talk to him.
Mother free advertising day.
Mama.
Yes, well, I had my first child at the age 21.
Wow.
Okay, graduated high school. Out of high school, I got pregnant. It was hard.
Yeah.
Me being a single parent. I moved out. I stayed with my mom for a minute, and she moved out.
She said, "I ain't mess with y'all no more."
It's that moment where your mama move out, be like, yeah, I'm done.
Dude, house, I'm moving. So, then that's when it got hard.
Yeah.
I had met Kevin's father. we were introduced. That's when the drugs came in. No, let me back up, because when I graduated, that's when my family began to take me out to the bars and the clubs. That's when the drugs started.
Gotcha.
It got heavy when I became a single parent. Crackhead, I was out there. No lie, I was out there. But to God be the glory. One day, even though my mom took me and raised me in church, I remember. And so God delivered me. And my youngest daughter, I was pregnant and on drugs.
Wow.
She came when she was born, and I mean up to 8 months. When she was born, they tested her, because I was straight up real with them, let them know this is what I'm doing. That they found nothing in her system. Nobody but God. Nobody but God. I thank God for where He brought me from, what He's doing in my life. Even yet, like I said, we in the church and we messing and fooling around outside the church. That was me. That was me. I had to get to a point. It got real heavy when my mother passed away. I started drinking. You hear me?
Yeah.
Because I mean, my mother was my ace. You seen her, you seen me. We would go, we would do, But then when she left here, it was like, wow. It hit me. It right slap in the face. And so I had to know within myself the relationship that was already built and formed with God. Because that's where I began to say, you know what? I can't do this. Because I have a purpose. I have a calling on my life. My mother would not dare accept what I'm doing. My God. So therefore, I said, you know what? God led me to a church, the Light Church, 1517 Kenmore Avenue.
I didn't even plug it.
Come on, church plug.
I've been greetings from. Go ahead.
Start building me back up. I'm telling you, I see a difference and I see growth. So with that being said, yes, I'm minister mother. I'm mother minister. I think you want to say it. But I thank God for who He has placed in my life.
Absolutely.
My pastor, my first lady, my beautiful children, and God had placed in my heart, because I'm seeing it. He dropped that in my spirit that I'm going to see all of my children succeed. Succeed. And I'm seeing it. And that's why I was so tearful in church yesterday, also missing my mother. And also on Saturday, we had a wonderful Mother's Day luncheon. Our very first Mother's Day luncheon.
Sweet.
It was awesome, phenomenal. The women was embracing in tears. Oh my goodness. Awesome.
Good stuff.
Yes.
Put her plug in.
Sulin Brooks, to the max traveling and excursion independent travel business. Listen, book with her today. To the max and excursion. The link could be online, because that's a lot to say. I can't. Yes. If you want to travel, you want to book with Sulin Brooks. She also does Planet Marketing Inc. Planet Marketing. Sulin Brooks. You recall that 716-374-4941. She's on her way to a play. Therefore, take advantage. Why you listen to me? I'm gonna say this right now.
You better get it before it's too much.
You
can't afford it.
You better get it.
You can't afford it
now.
Get it
Because today's price ain't
tomorrow's
price.
Because I'm gonna say it like I say all the time. When y'all start calling for me, it's a different situation. Now, when I call for you, I got you. But when you call for me, give me your routing number. I'm gonna get mine. And you
Shout
can
out
deal
to
with
our
it.
viewer from Ghana.
All
Fumi.
It be those you don't know who get
Fumi Edwards.
But I did go to a Ghanesian Independence Day celebration, and I did bust a move.
Yeah, bust a move.
Queen,
Yeah.
Mama. Yeah.
What was the question?
Well,
let's do this again.
question was, tell us what else do you do outside of just like being a mom and that, and they begin to tell their story.
Well, I'm gonna go right from that point. What I do right now, I empower women to know their worth and their value, to understand who you are in Christ and how you were created. Boy, and every day, probably not today, but I do self-love on TikTok. Can I just say that? Can I plug that? Where we do 30 minutes of self-love. For that woman to love herself, to know who she is, to be empowered. Because I believe this: if you teach her how to fish, she'll never go hungry again. But all that came through. Let's go back, reverse. Being a mother at 16, my son sits across from me today. Went to a school for Center for Young Parents. When y'all was having lunch, I was feeding babies and lunch at the cafeteria in the room. Don't start none. Carrying but we are taught carrying backpacks and baby bags. I'm telling you. So being a single mother at 16, realizing that life is just not over just because we have a record or a backdrop or a background. God still has a purpose. So I believe I'm working in purpose. I'm working in my destiny, in the assignment. That's all my life outside of being a mom. And all those factors go with being a mom. Those are all factors. So I don't even answer everything because you know what, they put me on the radio. They don't give me a microphone. I don't know how to act. I've been wanting to podcast for so long. Y'all gonna excuse me. But anyway, that's
Listen, Juneteenth concert is taking place in the city of Niagara Falls, New York on Monday, June 19th. If you want to be a part, make sure you reach out to Nathan the Prolific Palmer at 716-251-6967. There'll be R&B, dancing, Jersey Club, spoken word, live band, Chicago House, and that's going to be here in the city of Niagara Falls at Legends Park. Listen, we're getting ready to go to a quick break. When we get back, we're going to get into Big Girl Chronicles right here on 5716 Big Frank in the morning.
Hey, what's going on? It's your boy Dante Miles, aka D Belly, aka your city councilman. I'm here at Fire 716 Radio, and I'm asking you to tune in on Thursdays at 11 on our show, The Vault. We're going to be having some conversations that's super relevant, but very important. And sometimes it may be a little uncomfortable, but we're going to make sure that we get our voices out. Come tune in on Thursdays at 11 a.m. and make sure you download the Fire 716 app. See you then.
At 716-903.
What's up, everybody? It's Kier here, Inject Faith Hope Club. I am so excited to announce that you can now catch me right here on Fire 716 Radio each and every Monday for Inject Mondays at 7 p.m. So go ahead and download the app and rock out with your girl. Again, that's each and every Monday at 7 p.m. Tune in and have a good time with us.
This is DMP Speaks coming to you. I am a board certified Christian counselor. I'm also a life coach. I am a family restoration specialist. I help build, rebuild, and grow your family. Maybe you're having some communication problems. Maybe you guys are just yelling and screaming and you guys are just not getting along. And if you want access to me for your 30-minute consultation call, follow me on all my social media platforms. TikTok, Facebook at DMP Speaks. And if you go to YouTube and Instagram, it's at I am DMP Speaks. Download Fire 716 and click the link.
Watch out for the big girl. Watch out for the big girl.
Big Girl Chronicles. Beautiful, intelligent, and graceful.
J3 is on you.
What's good, everybody? You already know what time it is. It is Big Girl Chronicles, and I kind of missed y'all, and I'm happy to be back.
I missed you. I missed you.
I know you did. Being in the room with all this testosterone, I know you did. Welcome to the first 2 years of me being on the radio. But I want to talk about don't despise the divine interruption. So let me explain what I'm talking about. I have a certain educational situation going on right now, and in the process of me being on vacation and really trying to just get myself together and see where I'm investing my time, a divine interruption happened where it caused me to really decide if I was going to really buckle or if I was going to continue to keep walking in faith. Because a lot of times when we have these divine interruptions, we think it's the enemy, we think it's the devil trying to get with us. We think that, it's probably something that the enemy has a device for. Well, in actuality, God is divinely interrupting something in order to get you to a place. And with this situation, it caused me to either walk into my authority or back down. And I said, either God is going to keep this open because I am present, or there's going to be another thing coming. But a lot of times we don't have that perspective because of trauma and life situations where we can't walk into the things that we know that we can walk into because it's another hit after another hit after another hit. And sometimes we have to just sit and ask ourselves, any situations, is this a divine interruption or is it really just the enemy? And a lot of times it is a divine interruption because God is trying to get us to some place greater and we refuse to go because we want to blame it on the enemy, or we want to say that the enemy is keeping us from this place where actually God is divinely interrupting your patterns and your situations because he wants to take you to greater. If nothing else that I've learned through this vacation is, first of all, I've learned who I am and the authority that I've walked into, but also at the same time that I give way too much credit to the enemy when God is really just trying to stretch me and take me to a greater place. Like, there's destiny over my life. And why would the enemy divinely interrupt something that would have caused me to be better? Is obviously a divine interruption. So in this edition of Big Girl Chronicles, I just want to push you to understand that everything that may happen in your life right now may not be the enemy. It may be a divine interruption because God does not want you to continue to live a mediocre life. God does not want you to continue to live beyond your godly privilege. God does not want you to continue to bow and to scrape when you are a king's kid. So in this edition of Big Girl Chronicles, I am pushing you, whether you want me to or not, to accept the divine interruption because there's so much better for you. There's so much greater for you. And if nothing else, I found out that I am top tier and I am that chick in God. I'm humble with it. But I'm understanding that the authority that I have can either open a door or close the door. It can either make a way or it can't. And I have the right to be this bold in God because I've been through too much not to walk into the authority that God has given me. So accept the divine interruption because it may just be your next point of elevation. Because you're beautiful, intelligent,
yes,
and graceful.
Yes,
you're big people.
Yes. So
come on, Big Girl Chronicles back with the slammer.
Yesterday's message, Elder Keith spoke.
Yeah.
In the morning.
He tore me up. I was mad about it.
Because you talked about Sarai and Hagar. And he talked about how I think it was Hagar had to leave.
Yeah.
But it was all in God's divine appointment. I'm paraphrasing. But we oftentimes think that we're going from worse to better, and we want to blame the enemy.
Mm-hmm.
And when it's really it's God, because she got kicked. She had provision where she was at. She was good where she was at, but she had to leave. So it got worse before it got better.
Yeah.
And sometimes we're like, oh, it's the enemy, like you were saying in the Chronicle. In reality, no, it's just showing you, let me be God and let me show you that I am the provider, I am the way. But because you are relying on your resources and what you can do, no, I gotta make things worse. You can get unlearn and realize I'm it. And you know my life, and I'm in that place right now. I said, God, it's already
right.
And he said,
because I think we take that scripture, we going from glory to glory, but we really don't talk about the hell in the hallway. And I'm in my hallway experience, like going through the hell that's going to take me to the next place. But I had to be okay with it getting worse before it got better, because we just expect, oh God, you're gonna come through and you're just gonna make a way, and then we gonna move. And God is like, but there's something that's producing
absolutely
in this hell.
And it's crazy because you might have a preaching up here now in trouble. As we're producing, we're dying.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to die to our own concept and agendas and our own logic, so that God can really produce what He has for us. Because we have our own mindset, our idea of what it should be like, what it looks like, Oh, this is gonna how God. We give God A, B, C, and D option.
Yeah.
God, you A, he can do it like this. Oh, B, he can do it like. Remember, he can send him. Oh yeah, he can do it like this. Or C, all the above. And God's like,
God's production makes no sense.
Doesn't make sense.
Can I chime in? Can I just chime in really quickly? I've been because she talks about hell in the hallway, and it's really like the process to a greater purpose. I've been working on some projects at home, and I've been painting, and my kitchen is totally painted, but I needed to do some spot painting. Doing the spot painting, I didn't have the paint that I needed, so they tried to color match the paint on my wall. Went to paint the paint on the wall. Hell in the hallway. Can I just say that? When the paint dried on the wall, it dried not gray, but blue. But while it was drying, we were watching the process. I told my daughter, if we keep watching the process, we're not going to do anything else. Nothing else is going to get done watching the process. So we stopped watching the process that was happening on the wall and started doing other things like through the process. Because sometimes we have a habit of looking at the things that we go through as opposition or against what God says concerning us, or blaming the enemy for so much. But if we just keep watching the process, imagine you using life just watching the process, just watching. You got to live in the process. You got to live through the process. So after we stopped watching the process, came back to the wall was blue. Now what do you do? But we went and got the right paint. Come to find out we had it all along. We had the paint all along inside of this thing that God kept telling me to use as the paint match. But the paint that I was trying to use was dry on the outside of the thing, but the paint was inside of the doggone thing. But we wind up getting the right paint made, the right paint made, and then he gave us the paint, a quart of it, for the same price as a sample.
Come on, talk about it.
My God.
Go ahead, Mother.
But really, just watching the process. And I think it's a mindset. What you do in the midst of the process.
Yeah.
That's a mindset. At the end of the story, so you're gonna tell your mind you're gonna make it. You're gonna tell what you gonna speak to your life, or to your story, or to your circumstances. But you can't watch the process. You got to walk through the process. You got to.
That's where faith is important. That's where faith.
Why you put me on the
in.
preacher side of the
No,
table?
go ahead, Minister Mother
So in the process, because you said you talked about the hallway. I recently seen a video, and the man was describing Muhammad Ali's daughter.
Yeah.
And she was in this match. She was unbeatable.
Yeah.
And in this one match, just see you in the hallway. Watch this. She was in the hallway in this fight, and she started losing. She got knocked down. She got back up. She got knocked down again. She said within her thoughts as she was fighting, she started thinking about who her father was.
Yeah.
And when she thought about who her father was, that's when she overcame and beat the circumstances.
No valid.
Right.
You need to like the app.
Right. So that's what we have to realize, that when we're in the process, because when I was in school a couple of years ago, I graduated with my bachelor's degree. Service administration. Yes. So I wanted to quit that last semester, them last 3 semesters. My head was hurting. I was like too much. And then the pandemic hit, everything shut down. And now this is a new thing. We online learning.
It's the face.
Yes. But that was my hallway. And then I had COVID through it. My professor said, no, you get off of here. But I was still wanting to go. No matter, my body hurt and my head hurt and I'm sweating 90 like I'm in the sauna. And so that process, when you get to that place, there are doors in that hallway. There's doors. So which door you gonna choose? The first one is the easiest because it's closest to you. So are you gonna make that stretch, the long haul, right? And complete, because you want to complete in greatness.
Yeah,
you want to say, I did that. I did that. And that hallway won't look as bad when you get to that door and walk through.
I texted my wife, got me in trouble. Prior to, I said, what's 3 years compared to a lifetime? And I said that because we're still developing, we're growing, we're evolving, and we're learning. But once we get to a place, the comparison, the suffering of your present time doesn't compare to the glory that shall be revealed. And I say that only because this moment that I'm gonna just talk to the table that we're in right now is just a moment that you haven't even seen the pinnacle or the peak. Even with the minor accomplishments that we made, we haven't even seen the depths of what's getting ready to happen. And what thing is, I to quit, willing to throw in the towel, absolutely. But God has us in a place that's like, nah, I've been stretching you, but I'm about to stretch you some more, because for you to occupy the place that I have for you, you have to go through this stretch. You got to walk through this hallway. And you use the word glory, which I like, because we talk about glory carriers and the glory of God, and no flesh can glory in his sight. Yeah. Meaning that my concepts or my practical way of thinking about things have to die in faith. And God shows us now that you're willing to die for me. We talked about this Friday. That was a lit show. We talked about how to get out of survival mode. And that's what your Lord told me, be willing to die. That if it fall off, it fall off. If it go, it go. Let it go. Trusting that you have something better for me. Yeah. And y'all know my Jesus. He deals with me aggressively now. Still I ain't put him in yet. But but God is truly up to something great and something mighty. So those who are listening online, I pray that you're being blessed by our mothers that are in they're talking and they're talking.
Mother Wisdom Mondays.
I just wanted to add real quick.
Oh yeah.
I forgot Diagno's here.
We should have just said, y'all got this.
I just wanted to add, pretty much everybody kind of already said everything, but I watched this guy on YouTube called Myron Golden, and he broke down about being in the valley, and having. Well, I'm gonna mess this totally up. But preach it. But basically, that when you're in the valley, of course it's dark. You can't see. You don't understand what's going on. You don't truly know what is going to be on the top of the mountain until you get there. And he said the way that God works is He'll have you in the valley. He'll have you get to the peak of the mountain, and then He'll show you the next mountain that you're gonna go to. But in order to get to that next mountain, you have to go back down in the valley. So that it's a process. That you will have to experience things, but that what you're going to is going to be greater for you once you get through it. So I just wanted to add that,
Okay. Okay, baby. But you know what? Can I tell you something about the valley experiences, though, is that they may, I won't use the word they. I don't know who was they. Can I use they? We don't hold back here.
We get in trouble.
No, it's like when you grew up, we turn around 3 times and it was gonna disappear. Or you stand in this line, it was gonna go away. I know we can give our way out. It's by faith, it's prophetic, but man, you gotta go to the valley, baby girl. You hear me? Yeah. There is no way to get to the mountaintop without going to the valley places. And
the benefit is that you can't bypass the process.
Yeah. You can't bypass.
Yes, you can get there a whole lot quicker.
And that's
if you. We oftentimes delay our valley process
experience
because we got to go through it. But we're so overwhelmed mentally, emotionally, and held up, and we doubt and we lack. God, I got you. I just run. Let's go through it. Let's deal with those emotions. Let's deal with those feelings. But let's
keep walking. Walk through this thing.
Right,
because it doesn't say, yea, though I sit to the valley. Yea, though I walk And the race ain't given to the swift or to the strong, but that can endure. Just keep moving.
Yeah.
Walk through this thing. And it's just a shadow. I don't get into that.
It's
You know.
just I have a lot of
Valid.
times because I think about it too while he's talking, because I do 30 minutes of self-love every day. Walk this thing out. What they don't realize, you're not just walking in your natural being, they're walking and transforming the spirit of their mind so they can walk into their new. But sometimes when they're walking, it's not making sense to them, but just keep walking. And like just keep walking, keep walking, keep walking. Keep watering your grass while you're going, you know. Even when it feels like there's a drought.
We got a few comments online.
Shadet Baker said, in this season, God is requiring us to be mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually fit in order to get to the next mountain.
Yes.
Well, talk to him.
Yes.
Talk to him.
Be prepared. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Y'all preaching past the collection plate for Fire 716.
Listen, the Cash App is $Fire 716.
You guys want to know where we are? We on Fire 716. Y'all go.
We trying to build some things at this radio station, so go on and smack that Cash App.
Hit the link. Let's go.
Listen, when we get back, we get into the question of the day, and we're gonna dig into that. Listen, it's going down. Fire 716. Make sure you guys avail yourself for the annual bike rodeo going down Wednesday, March 24th, 4 to 6 p.m. at the Packard Community Center. May, what I say?
March.
Well, we was marching. That's why May walk and march. May 24th from 4 to 6 p.m. at the Packard Court Community Center here in Niagara Falls, New York. Good neighbors, good food, great things is happening. Also, keep your eyes and ears and hearts open for JQ Juicing that will be coming back alive shortly.
Yes.
It's going down. Fire 716 Big Frank in the morning.
TQ. I am the queen. I am with Felicia Gaddis. Her story, her experience, her wisdom. Tune in every Friday at 1 p.m. at Fire 716 Radio. TQ I Am inspires, uplift, and transform. Tune in every Friday at 1 p.m. on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok.
One decision. Epic movie.
I am Barnabas Matthews. I represent Sector 716, and the COVID-19 virus will not take us out. We will conquer. We will win. They thought it had us, but it did not. And we will not lose or be defeated. I am Barnabas Matthews, and we will not be defeated.
Trying to blame it on Megan.
That commercial.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Fire 716, your boy Big Frank, locked back and Big Frank in the morning. In the room with me are the mothers. Jay Cherie.
In the building.
D Money Mac. Kev on there. Daniel the Dark Knight, the provider. The conversation has been so good. It's so amazing. And our moms are here rocking out with us on today. So we have Kevin singing. Mama, you know I love you.
That's a good
Like I told my wife, I know the song when I hear it.
I know when I hear the song,
I know the words.
Karaoke, I still butcher it. You know, these melodies are. This is not the word.
That's the song she was talking about on Friday. Was it Friday? Who was it? Because I was like, oh yeah, it was the Mama song, but the only thing I think of was Tupac, and I think she's
So the question of the day we have today. What's the question of the day?
The question of the day is: if you can sit down with one person that can give you life-changing advice, who would you sit down with?
Child.
That's a good question.
I've talked to all the Negroes.
I got Jesus. You know,
outside of the Lord,
outside of the Lord,
his brother.
No, whoever answer, you go ahead and answer because I'm thinking.
Oh, I know who, because I'm obsessed. King Solomon. I would want to sit down with King Solomon because, like, who else would be better to
No,
talk
that's
to?
valid. That's valid. Now,
King
I'm about to lose the
Solomon.
man.
See, but then you gonna run into
what's up?
You gonna run into an issue
Big
because
Luther,
all those women that live in the joint, they're gonna be like, "Who's her?"
Who was this new sister wife?
New sister wife.
That rolled up here.
No, King Solomon's a good one. That's wisdom.
Right, that's wisdom right there. That's Proverbs is all.
I would just be like, King Solomon, can you just look at my business plan?
Leave me.
You know what? You said a thing. What's the man of God?
Okay. That would definitely be fun.
Anybody else?
Yeah.
Still thinking.
I know valid because it's like who would I?
That is a
Who?
good question though, because there's so many figures.
Go ahead, Kevin. Because who?
I don't know. For me, so unfortunately, he's passed. I would want to sit down and talk to Nipsey Hussle.
I'll talk to Michael Jackson.
And not for anything musically, but he legit is the definition of getting it out the mud. He stepped into the rap scene and got the money that they supplied, but he fell back and put his money back into his community. You know what I'm saying? And that aspect alone, in the society that we live in now, is vital for our future, for our children's future. So, yeah, I got another one, but yeah.
I know. I was thinking. I was like,
everybody got. I got. It's only one person. You got to pick the one person.
I'm just gonna be like Martha. I just say Jesus speak. I can't really think. There's a lot of good influencers. In the world, I like Denzel. Denzel, I think
he alive.
You said dead? You ain't say what?
Kevin said he had passed, but my mind just went like,
Really think dead. Be alive or dead.
I'm sorry.
And I no. What really? I like Denzel Washington as well. There's so many like motivators and people to inspire you. I can't even choose one, but I'm just gonna be Martha. Jesus speak, and just teach me, show me the way. But like even like right now, I was talking about some people I do listen to currently. Like there's this guy. He's a motivational speaker, but he's a man of God. What's his name?
Chris.
No, E.T. Yeah.
E.T. I
love me some E.T.
That boy E.T. He got E.T.
I like how he uses his platform, but he's Christ-centered. Yeah. And so to me, I've been trying to get my youngest son to lock into him. But everybody has their own path, their own journey. But E.T.,
that boy,
he's a go-getter. He don't care. He been through. He experienced, and he's still experiencing. But he keep moving. And when he get the people in that room, man, he made Jesus Christ is the center of why he do what he do. So E.T.
my guy
is my man.
She made me think of C.T. Fletcher, and he's the guy that be like, I know he's a musclehead. This is the video I played. We like. He be cussing. No, he be valid, but he be like, "You not dying for flavor, mother." I can't play it because it's probably offensive. I'll play off air. But he
It's supposed to taste delicious.
right. He was like checking you like. You not dieting for flavor, mother. I was like, what? Health. What do you mean? It tastes. I need that before I eat I need that before I eat some of the stuff.
I needed to play that for some of the conversations I have heard. Yeah, they're talking about I can't do this because it don't taste good. It didn't come to taste good. You come to get well.
I'm gonna play afterwards.
Wait. But real talk, I like that because that's a real conversation for real. Because they be like, "Oh, that tastes like, girl, what was you doing before this? Act like you ain't never."
It burn going down.
I like that.
Go ahead, Mom.
I got it now.
Okay.
I would have to say Madam C.J. Walker.
But she stole somebody's stuff though.
On a technicality,
don't get
she
mad.
did
I know how
not.
to maximize what you did not
Her
do.
formula was different, so she don't be.
She improved it.
Right. She improved the formula and made it.
And that's the way life is.
Valid.
She added sugar.
Yeah.
She added sugar.
I would say Madam C.J. Walker.
I got you.
Because of being a black woman in that time period. Just for that time period alone, being black and being a black woman in that time period, you already had a couple strikes against you.
Yeah.
So for her to end up being at that time one of the most prolific, the word I'm looking for, millionaire. These words you don't hear associated back then with black women, or with black people, and then let alone black women. So I think when I watched her story, and I used to do cosmetology, so she was a big influence, and I really would love to hear her business strategy and how she came about with everything, even if you say she stole it. I'm just saying.
It wasn't patent, but
even if she did,
she took what was already created, because we don't have to create anything else.
That's what chefs do. Chefs take food. Chefs take that and they do that with food. It don't always have to be, just because somebody had a recipe over here, I might take that and add sugar to it.
As long as you don't put raisins in it.
We don't use raisins.
We don't do raisins. We don't do raisins at this table. But no, Madam C.J. Walker was really one that I was really interested in, because, like I said, to become a businesswoman and to make that amount of money at those times, God, had to been hard.
Yeah,
had to been. I'm sure she went through a lot. I'm sure of it. And I'm sure she had a lot of advice to give if she was alive today.
She strategically took what she's seen, reincarnated it, say that, right, and put it out there. She had a business plan, right, and it worked for her.
She had
had the original, it didn't work for them.
Right. Sometimes it ain't for you.
Right. Sometimes you got to put something out there.
Talk.
And if it don't work, somebody else might pick it up, because wait a minute, the word of God says that one will plant, one will water, but God get the increase. And right?
Yeah.
That's the book.
Right.
And I think that I think she also laid the blueprint for how Mary Kay set up the
Yeah, she did.
She did. With the agents. Strategically. Oh, nice.
Maya.
That'd be a conversation to have.
That's a good one.
Surprisingly, my person is Shaquille O'Neal.
That man a genius.
No, because Shaq was an example of how you can take what you get and increase it. He has like 40 Chick-fil-A's, a bunch of McDonald's, a bunch of hotels. Papa John's. Like he really took the wealth that he got as a basketball player and pretty much tripled it. And like this man will make money in his sleep. Like, and the fact that he keeps investing in his money, and it's like, you got all these restaurants out here, and I want to know how to take something little and make it a lot. And Shaq did that. Like, and the fact that he also invests in people's education, a lot of Black students' education and stuff like that. Stuff that I really want to do. I would love to sit down with Shaq and be like, how did you? Because I think back then he made like 4 or 5 million, something like that. It wasn't a lot when he first got into the league. And he took that money and started investing into like restaurants and buying McDonald's and buying Chick-fil-A and shoes.
No, he learned. Because he was eating.
Yeah.
That was Mercedes.
Right.
Forget Twism. Don't forget Twism.
Yeah. He took certain endorsements and flipped them.
Right.
And turned it into almost billion dollar investments. Huh?
The world is mine.
He rapped for a little bit.
He just came out with a new song.
A rap song, right?
I mean, I would ask him why he did the movie Shazam, but
I like that
Shazam. Shazam.
That's
bad.
What is that?
Sorry, Kazam.
That was I like that one. That sounds like your favorite movie. Wait a minute, my mama. My boss is
Mama. Okay, I'm gonna need you to take some of that bass out your voice.
Mama put them down on Shazam.
Like,
Shazam.
That's my
Shazam. Mama put them down on Shazam.
If I had to choose a backup, it'd be Akon.
Akon and Youngies.
Because Akon is out here. No, Akon is out here lighting up villages with the sun. Like he putting panels and everything in his community to like supply electricity for his community. For Africa loves like Akon because he out here doing it big for so.
Atlanta love Akon.
No, I know.
So you listen, it's a movie on Madam C.J. Walker.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
I watched it like 100 times.
The thing with Shaq though, I seen a video of him talking, and he was like, the first thing that he did, he was like, he picked up a book. He was like, it was called Investment for Dummies. He was like, it's like first thing I did was he incorporated Shaq, his name, and then he said they put his parents on the payroll. And he was like, and starting there, he stopped having to pay taxes he stopped really having to pay taxes because he was writing it off as payments to his employees. And I was like, "Ooh, boy, you
oh, y'all need to go fill out the paperwork I sent y'all right 4 months ago." Okay, thank you.
Oh, my mama's in the
You know what I'm saying? Send that link back again. We're gonna do it all over.
Pastor mom.
I think I got a mind like Shaq. Because you take your little bit and you make it much. Like I tapped into a lot of affiliate marketing, adventures, affiliate marketing adventures, creating passive incomes, like taking your little bit and trying to make it much. Have everything grown, but
oh, you're talking about continue.
Okay. You take your little bit and try to make it much and make like passive income. So I got like a lot of affiliate marketing things on the table. Amazon, Zulu, the glasses, affiliate marketing. So I think the things that you purchase the most, you attach yourself into those industries, and something got to give. You know what I mean? So if you buying a lot of this, get into that affiliate marketing of that thing that you're purchasing. That thing that they compliment you on that look good and you buying it, get affiliated with that thing and have some links and something, because something bound to take off. Right. I just created some journals.
I need you to offer
real
me
talk.
a
I'm
deal.
telling you, I just created some journals and they uploaded on Amazon. I don't know when they're going to take off, but you just got to keep creating things. And I said, mine like Shaq, because you just take your little bit and then you make it much, but just get into the things that you're already in. I'm gonna get that book on dummies. Investment on dummies.
Sister Sue, Mother Sue, just have
That's
it.
all right.
Minister Mother, who's your person?
I have a person, but it's good to have residual income. When you have that residual income, you're just not looking for one income. You don't have one. You got to have more than one income coming in, so that'll meet your, your whatever bills you got to pay, you have left over. So my person is Moses. Because Moses went through some stuff.
Okay.
But see, he came out. And did what he was supposed to do. And what my question with him would be is, how was it when you spoke, when the burning bush spoke to you, gave you the instruction on what to do? What was you feeling when you had to build that big boat? And house, get them. What was your strategic plan? Because you have to put it together.
You meant Noah, the boat? But Moses. What you say?
Moses.
Moses built the boat?
No, Noah.
Oh, right.
No.
We got to fire you.
Because I'm thinking Moses, but I know I'm talking about
Noah. Okay.
Wait. We got to go back. You got to talk to Noah and Moses.
I made that up.
Because you went burning bush with Moses, but you went to the boat with the Noah. We can have a three-way conversation.
All on the phone.
Both of them on a three-way call.
Amen.
See, I'm finna say Moses again. Noah. Noah. Because I want to know what was his plan. And when God gave it to him, did he have any stumbling going on in the hallway? Right?
Yeah, because there's. I'm gonna get out of that because y'all want to preach on here. Because to get instructions to do a thing that no one has ever done. Yeah. First, I want to say your boy Big Frank.
Never seen.
Daniel, you got somebody you want to talk to?
We can do it after the break.
All right, listen, we'll be back. Fire 716. We'll continue the conversation, and we got some more content for you. It's going down right here. Fire 716. Big Frank in the morning.
Time to play.
I'm Rachel Stewart Johnson, the author of Shackled That Had Me Bound, owner of Beautiful Boss LLC, an advocate for abuse victims. At Beautiful Boss is where we take beauty personally, where we empower people and encourage them to be the beautiful boss they were created to be. Join the conversation with me every Thursday at 1 p.m. on Fire 716 Radio.
TQ, I Am, the Queen I Am with Felicia Gaddis. Her story, her experience, her wisdom. Tune in every Friday at 1 p.m. at Fire 716 Radio. TQ I Am inspires, uplift, and transform. Tune in every Friday at 1 p.m. on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok.
I am Barnabas Matthews. I represent Sector 716. I refuse, I repeat, I refuse to let COVID-19 cause us to be afraid and live in fear. We will fight, we will win, we will conquer. I represent Sector 716 and we will.
Hey, what's going on? It's your boy Dante Miles, aka D Belly, aka your city councilman. I'm here at Fire 716 Radio, and I'm asking you to tune in on Thursdays at 11 on our show, The Vault. We're going to be having some conversations that's super relevant, but very important. And sometimes it may be a little uncomfortable, but we're going to make sure that we get our voices out. Come tune in on Thursdays at 11 a.m. and make sure you download the Fire 716 app.
What's up, everybody? It's Kier here in Jack Faith Hope Club. I am so excited to announce that you can now catch me right here on Fire 716 Radio each and every Monday for Inject Mondays at 7 p.m. So go ahead and download the app and rock out with your girl. Again, that's each and every Monday at 7 p.m. Tune in and have a good time with us.
And inspiration.
We got to go way up.
Fire 716 Radio. playing the best of urban and inspirational music.
I'm over here now. We celebrate our moms and mothers, and my pastor is in the room, Pastor Bertha Brenton.
Yes.
So I'm gonna give you a brief moment just to tell us a little bit about yourself. You're like, you ain't telling
We're jumping you in right now.
and two things we're gonna ask you. Just tell us a little bit about yourself, and if you could, what's the question of the day?
The question of the day is, if you could sit down with one person that can give you an influential advice, who would you sit down with?
Frank, I know.
All right.
This is my fault, y'all. I did not tell her exactly the details of it because I thought it was gonna be like a surprise.
This is my shutdown day. Like I don't walk out the door.
I said if you wanted to come on your shutdown day.
No, it's all good. I do it for the people. So good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Okay, I'm here. I am Bertha Brinson, Pastor Brinson, Lady Brinson, your girl. All of the above. They call me Bambi, Bertha Ann Martin Brinson. I for inspirational.
Yes.
I am newly appointed the senior pastor of Covenant of Grace Ministries, Western New York, and the Lord keeps emphasizing Western New York for now. I had the honor of serving under my amazing husband, my late husband, Apostle Joseph Brinson, for 17 years of our 18 years in ministry. And so I am super excited to be here in the land of the living. I have 2 biological daughters, 4 bonus children. I have 16 grandchildren from the age of 19 until 5. And I reside here in, the church is in Cheektowaga as well as in Niagara Falls, New York.
All right.
Well, my mom. If I was to answer your question pertaining to someone I would want to sit down with, just for wisdom and just for strength, I would say Michelle Obama. I believe that she just has a posture that is just gravitating. In all areas, as a mother, as a wife, as a professional, and all of the above. And so I'm not starstruck. I am far from that. But if I had the opportunity, Michelle Obama would be my girl.
Beautiful.
Before we went on break, you had to give a person.
The person I would want to talk to, James Baldwin. I want to dig into his mindset and his way of thinking. How his way of viewing the world around him. I'm very interested in. Would love to, even if I could, to steal it.
Okay. Wow.
I'm just how his way of thinking about it. His way of thinking about it is so much more than black and white. It's as me myself in a space filled with other people and how those other people are. It's not always how I feel as a black man, but how me as a black man makes you feel as a white person or as a Hispanic person, and that in itself, that way of thinking is just it's exhilarating to me. And then also as a writer, because I love his books, so that'd be my thing.
Okay, that was good.
Well, for me, I said Luther Vandross just because
Big Luther, Little Luther.
They both are important.
Good answer.
Good answer. They be asking me all the time because I'm not. I like Luther. I like his music. I'm really a fan of his music. He's like, Frank, what about everything else? Leave me alone.
What's the song?
Which one?
Which one?
Which one?
What?
All of them.
Give her one.
The latest one. Can I take you out tonight? Superstar.
The latest.
Keep it going for a minute, but that's the latest before you die.
Wait, let me hear it.
Which one?
That one. What you say?
Can I take you home tonight?
I need to hear it because she got a clip.
Can I take you? Told me you love me, baby.
Okay.
That's Superstar.
She was trying to get to Superstar.
It's her to karaoke.
Fire 716 karaoke.
Right. No, because I know Frank know how to sing.
Yeah.
He was, watch this. He was in one of the plays that I wrote.
Yeah.
Okay, right? Wow. And he hit that song.
Yeah.
With
No.
Jericho.
I'm not gonna brag.
No, brag.
No, because I did that song and it was good. I think thank you. And Deacon Woods came up after the show. I know you have to talk. I know you're talking to real. I said no. I said no. I did my part good. Yeah, with I keep saying Sister Sue just because you got his.
That's okay.
I'm not. Is that that's that kind of only production I really, those productions I had to sing in. I did one other one I had to sing in. You know
Fake singing.
Fake singing. Listen, we got some church mess. We can get into it.
We're going to get into church mess.
I didn't even get to pray and fast.
So the first church mess, the Brian Karn was caught on video again. So apparently the musician was not playing to the extent that he felt that the musician should have been playing to, and threw a towel at him and basically rebuked his musician for not playing the right way. He's like, "What are you doing?" and threw a towel. Brian Karn really just needs to stay off of the internet because half of our church mess is Brian Karn.
Because Brian Karn, because his camera person was on him, and he was talking to this lady, and she was praising, and he yelled at the cameraman, "Get the camera off me! Get her!" I said, "Man, God." He's always He's always doing the most. I think he's doing it on purpose now.
Oh yeah, I think he like the clout. He do anything for clout.
Yeah.
But yeah, he catch these hands messing with me.
See, that's why I invited him. Right there.
I lay hands. Son? No, for real. What I'm not gonna do in your position of power is try to humiliate and belittle me.
But where is that gonna cause
It'll stop him from further trying to humiliate other people. In the podium and understand his position ain't really that powerful. So I don't tolerate any level of disrespect.
Yeah, he should have threw that towel.
He threw the towel directly at him.
Who handles the battle? Because God can give it to him. He can give it bigger. He can give him bigger. Okay. And that's why we're going to keep having setbacks, because you don't give God his position. You taking on God's position and his authority to handle the business. So at the end of the day, if he's going to fight your battles, then man down and let him fight your battles.
You know what I think too, and I understand.
I just be wilding. They need somebody to read.
And I'm saying some because the Lord said, "Hold your peace
and let the Lord fight your battle."
Because your battle, you got to pick and choose which ones you gonna fight. You can't fight them all. Look, and if it wasn't at you let that go. Leave that alone. Get him out. Get him out.
Wait.
Can I say that? But because you have that mindset, that's where the enemy is going to attack you all the time. That's why you're going to stay on fire all the time, because the enemy already knows that's a weakness for you. So he's going to constantly come at you. But until you give God the full authority to stand up and be the big guy he is in your life, then you're going to always be on that edge of fighting your own battles. You're never going to conquer that until you let it go.
Listen.
All right.
A short fuse.
I buy.
But you know, but what I think, can I say
this is like we have 2 Brian Karn videos, by the way.
But you know what I believe what happens in leadership? Can I say this? We start out very humble.
Yeah.
And we start out, wanting God to be the head of our lives. But there is something when you start tapping into your authority, you start tapping into your power, and you really understand who you are, you sometimes start taking advantage of your authority, which now turns into something else other than what God intended it for. We can be so bodacious. We'll walk into a grocery store and think we're supposed to cut in front of the line because now we're walking in the wrong spirit instead of the right spirit, and we not and a real talk, because you can get very haughty.
It's the
and
I think also there's a part to it, because as much as he violates consistently, that when you become accustomed to a certain kind of thing, and you've been doing it, and you find you get in your flesh, you find your equation to how this works. There's a way you can handle people.
Yeah.
Even if they are, what you're playing is not. That's not going to work. So I can quiet you down. Or I've been on the camera and been correct, get the people. But I think there's going to always be how you handle those things.
Yeah.
That's why Byron Carr handles those very halty.
He's
very, very out of pocket.
Yeah.
It's the flesh.
Yeah.
But that also comes, like I said this before, because like I said, we have 2 videos. One video, he got mad because he laid hands on a girl and she buckled her legs, and he walked away. He was like, "How you gonna buckle your legs? And I'm trying to pray for you. She wouldn't fall out." But at the same point, like
he said, "Don't come up if you're not going fall to it. If you want deliverance, let it happen. Don't."
He was like, and walked away. But I said this before: when you don't have the proper covering that will check you when you operate in your flesh, when you have gotten past the fact that your covering can't check you, that's a whole nother problem. Like I have people around me that be like, I'm gonna need you to calm that down. Like, but I surround myself around people that, because I need people to, because people will hype you up. I like to have people around me that will check me and be like, you might want to check yourself for a second. But when you have that big of a platform, you have a lot of yes people around you, and so they don't want to check you. I don't care how big I get. If I ever lost my mind, my sisters and my good pastor, she could be like, listen, daughter.
Because sometimes we're so caught up in not letting God be God. So you're more concerned about you not falling, that you decide to lock your knees and you trying to resist. Now, just let the Spirit have the way. But yet again, there's a better way of execution. That you come up here and if the Spirit moves you to stumble back and or fall, let it work. Now you got some pushes and some pressures.
Yeah,
you get leaning when you're heavy, and I ain't got no other choice. But the Spirit is truly moving.
Yeah,
and that's what it does.
Right.
Don't be you're overthinking your moment right now.
Right.
Yeah. But communicating. Don't lock your knees.
But I think he's just. I'm sorry, but you don't even know at what level that person was. It could have been. She just might have took a plunge and say, "You know what? I'm just gonna go up to the altar. This may be her first time to the altar. It might be a new convert, whatever." So you have to give people the opportunity to either love on and receive God, or either it's not about you.
Absolutely.
Right.
At this point, I just feel like he's he thinks he's in a production, and I think he tries to put on like he does things on purpose. Because what is the point of throwing your towel at the musician? Like that just not what's that gonna change? It ain't gonna solve no problems. Yeah, so that's just.
I think it's the content of how he did it, but throwing of the towel is not unrealized in the church world.
Yeah,
pastors throw their towels for the anointing
fall, right?
You know what I'm saying? So that's not uncommon behavior. So
it's not what. So in other words, it's not what you do; it's how you do it.
Right. So
and how you do it. How you say it.
Right. I want to ask, because you said you looked the cameraman.
So
what was his facial expressing when he threw that?
It was frustration. Why are you getting me? And then
the motive behind.
But after that, even after the video, Byron kind of doesn't really care because you made a video about the video. Praising God. That's just the girl. I want
Undouble.
But it's like, there's a self agenda here, and I told you at this point, I don't think it is by surprise.
Yeah,
I'm going to do stuff on edge on purpose. Yeah. It keeps me trending. It's a stream of income. Y'all keep talking about it. As long as I'm viral and I got my stuff together, I'm going to have a little stream here.
Don't you think that gives people a lot of bias though when they start looking into the church and seeing those videos? Yeah.
Yes, a little bit.
Do you think it gives it like a bias to certain people?
I have two answers to that. I have a yes and a no.
Okay.
And I say yes because there are certain things that are clearly out of pocket. But there are some people who take a 30-second clip of a thing and show it, but then not show the duration of the totality of that my moment of offense or frustration that you've captured doesn't compare to the work that was done in the context of delivery.
Okay.
So that requires us to do our due diligence, but we don't do that no more. We take 50-second clip and be like, oh, we can shut them down. But I also say, but Byron Khan has been a repeat offense. It's been offense. that now is just a little mockery for him.
So the last church mess video, they didn't release the name of this pastor, but I'm looking for it. It's called church mess. This is what the content collector does. But no, it's cool. This pastor preached a message, and he said that he believed that while the woman Mary was pouring out her oil during the alabaster box, that he believed that Jesus had a risen experience in his manhood.
First of all, that's flesh.
Yeah.
So that cannot be true, and there's no fact in the spirit of that, because that would be.
He was like, you can't tell me that while she was at his feet.
I can say that sound like he wrestling with his
taking
own
her
business.
hair
That's
and wiping it with his hair. Like, I was like, wow. That's what the man of God said.
So that
yeah.
But that's flesh compared to spirit.
Yeah.
And even to have that conversation, he's in his wrong spirit. He's somewhere else in his
right.
in his mindset in his life. To even come with that content.
Said that over the pulpit. Just real.
How many times has how many times has Jesus been in situations where it could have been like that if he was operating that way?
Yeah.
Like, he's I feel like people definitely
he was reaching.
But Lady B said very well. Something looking for content, looking for go viral, saying something to.
And society, society.
We might just fed into the messiness. Let's have this conversation.
It all depends on the concept who you're talking to and what's your agenda. Because granted, and this is just me. If I was playing that preacher idea concept, as I get in trouble, if I'm dealing with men and we're talking about being in ministry and serving and how a touch can yield things, because sometimes it's not always a perverse thing.
Absolutely.
It is just natural. It just does.
That's why I try to train the women, keep them bosoms off of the people when you are laying hands on. Press back.
No,
you gotta arch back.
You can alter people's thought. You don't know where they're at, and you rubbing all up on them. Arch back. It's arch back.
We don't have more ministerial classes. And it's like, even if this was an occasion, because Jesus had experienced all things at some point.
Yeah, absolutely.
But just because I'm not going to pervert this moment.
Yeah.
So in the clip, I would love to know, where did you go with this? And if you're operating out of perversion, that's how you see it, because you're dealing with the beast and the monster, and it could be a thing. Or you talk about being a servant and having to connect with women, and that these are gestures you have to make sure you yourself. I'm going to go back a couple of ways, and this is just not my concept. This is not biblical. I haven't done my research, but I think that's why robes came in place to a degree.
Right.
I'm not trying to be deep. I'm not trying to be extra. That this flesh isn't saved.
Yeah, that's right.
Even when I'm trying to execute the kingdom of God, this flesh sometimes want to kick up. So therefore, I must cover myself, make sure that I am appropriate in doing all things. And that's just another difference.
But if you take it back to Adam and Eve, okay, what did he put on?
Right.
A leaf. He ain't put no. So that would have been a skirt.
Yes.
That would have been. So at the end of the day, people are trying to find, like I said, a rise in small things.
Yeah.
But you're gonna corrupt your whole life by trying to find a rise in men's eyes.
Nope.
And then they're trying to ridicule. Y'all brought her here. Y'all brought her here today.
But the man eyes in the pies.
One fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish,
knick-knack, paddywhack.
You
know, because in society today we see a lot of ridicule, but towards the church, right? And trying to ridicule Jesus and trying to put him out there, like Brazil, when they had their what is the parade, and they had Jesus, they was mocking them in the street.
They had the devil beating
right,
Jesus.
and they had the devil with his tongue stuck out. So society today is on the rise of doing that. But when you have church folk doing it,
it makes it
doing it.
Yeah.
Okay, something wrong with that. Are you really wolves in sheep clothing? You trying to deceive and the people in your church? Are you trying to mislead people?
Who are you trying to mislead?
Right. So what was the purpose of that, to try to make it look like Jesus might have been getting a rise out of it? What was the next thought?
The devil is
right.
Again, that's church mind, not kingdom mind.
That's right.
Kingdom mind would never have an opportunity to
never
that foolishness.
They wouldn't even play with that.
Absolutely.
And even when you brought up Brazil, like I saw the video.
Yes.
And then shortly after that, a whole flood took out that whole area. Like, and they were just like, then after the land recovered, they did a repentance ceremony where they were honoring God and walking for God. It was like, we shouldn't have did this, because they literally had the devil beating up Jesus, throwing him in the street, like him. Basically seeming like the devil defeated Jesus. And then shortly after that, it flooded and killed thousands of people. And they did like a whole repentance ceremony after that. But I was like, you can't mock God. And yeah, we do church mess and stuff like that. And it's really not to glorify. It's really to show, like, yes, there's some people out there, but we also have the content of saying that this is not the portrayal of God that we are giving off. Like, yes, there's going to be people out there that's going to misrepresent God, but you have a table full of believers that are full representatives of him, and that God is a real thing. You know what I'm saying? Right. So just understand, don't get too big for yourself, that you can't be checked, but also be not deceived. God is not mocked either. Right. And there's consequences to how you say things, and there's consequences to what you do when you are mocking God.
That's why the Bible says, without your own salvation, with fear.
Yeah, that's right.
It's individual.
Listen, it's going down, y'all. It's Big Frank in the morning. We'll come back and have a special moment for you all prepared. We'll be back in about 2 minutes. It's going down right here on Fire 716. Big Frank in the morning.
This is DMP Speaks coming to you. I am a board certified Christian counselor. I'm also a life coach. I am a family restoration specialist. I help build, rebuild, and grow your family. Maybe you're having some communication problems. Maybe you guys are just yelling and screaming and you guys are just not getting along. And if you want access to me for your 30-minute consultation call, follow me on all my social media platforms. TikTok, Facebook at DMP Speaks. And if you go to YouTube and Instagram, it's at I am DMP Speaks. Download Fire 716 and click the link.
Hey, what's going on? It's your boy Dante Miles, aka D Belly, aka your city councilman. I'm here at Fire 716 Radio, and I'm asking you to tune in on Thursdays at 11 on our show, The Vault. We're going to be having some conversations that's super relevant, but very important. And sometimes it may be a little uncomfortable, but we're going to make sure that we get our voices out. Come tune in on Thursdays at 11 a.m. and make sure you download the Fire 716 app. See you then.
What's up, everybody? It's Kier here, Inject Faith Hope Club. I am so excited to announce that you can now catch me right here on Fire 716 Radio each and every Monday for Inject Mondays at 7 p.m. So go ahead and download the app and rock out with your girl. Again, that's each and every Monday at 7 p.m. Tune in and have a good time with us.
TQ, I Am. The Queen I Am with Felicia Gaddis. Her story, her experience, her wisdom. Tune in every Friday at 1 p.m. at Fire 716 Radio. TQ I Am inspires, uplift, and transform. Tune in every Friday at 1 p.m. on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok.
A dose of inspiration.
Listen, locked in the room with me are the mothers from across the world, from down under, from over the moon, and the team. We're here this morning. We want to take this moment, though, just to really just celebrate our moms at this time. I'm turn over to Deandra at this time to just
yes. So first off, I just want to say thank you to everybody that, like, first the team for being open to the idea of doing like a Mother's Day show. I was super scared to ask because I'm like, it's mostly guys and I don't know how they feel about
we run
it. I was like, I might have just one person in my corner. Jay Shree.
Got your back.
But also thank you so much for being willing to come on to the show and be here and represent for us. So really appreciate that. And so also we have We have roses.
Aww.
Just to say thank you so much. Here you go, Mom. Has a special message on it as well.
Aww.
And they're not real, so they'll live.
Thank you.
But just to show you, yeah, we really love y'all. We really appreciate y'all, and that we wouldn't be here or be the person that we are without you guys. So so absolutely just wanted to.
Maybe cry. No,
that
means a lot. Thank you so much.
That was my speech.
Thank you all for really coming out, being a part of the morning show. The table looks amazing. It looks full, vibrant. I appreciate y'all. Y'all taking pictures. Y'all was really momming today. I want to commend y'all for being.
Facts.
Yeah. Y'all are, I thought it was gonna be a little rough because
I like to think I'm a cool mom. I like to think I'm a cool mom.
The queen and I are strong people, and we're the same.
Right.
Y'all can tell what she was talking. I said, look at that.
That's
the Lord. I said, oh, valid. So,
yeah.
at this moment, we're going to have our final thoughts. We're going to go around the table just to give a word of inspiration to those who are listening over the airwaves. And we're going to start with Daniel at this time.
All right, cool. Dang, sorry me. It's all right. I ain't doing so much talking today anyway. My final thought is okay, well, it's Mother's Day episode. My final thought is, really try to show your appreciation while you can. I know a lot of people that ain't get a chance to this year. And they was down about it all day yesterday, down about it all last week, thinking about it, you know what I mean? And so if you get a chance, if you have a chance, show that appreciation when you can.
Love it. Yes.
We're gonna Pastor.
Okay. So first of all, thank you all so much for even considering me to come and be a part. Thank you, Elder Jessica, for even taking on the responsibility of being able to allow me to be a part of what your life like that. Because sometimes, those that have had loss, like yourself as well as myself, don't know how to open up and to receive the parenting or the mom or that aspect of your life. So thank you so much for being a responsible love on this earth to be able to open up to that. But for everyone in this room, I just wish you all well. Exactly today, 18 years ago, we officially opened up our church on Mother's Day.
18 years
on May 15, 2005.
Wow.
So
Amen.
it's still a celebration.
Yes. Right.
It's a celebration. So I am honored to even be alive in the land of the living at this time. And so I honor you all. My husband's message at that time was a mother's love is like Christ's love. So I extend Christ's love to you all as of today, being mothers, and just know at the end of the day, all things are well.
Amen.
Yes,
Beautiful.
love that.
D-Money.
So some people watching or here at the table, me and my mom, we've been through a lot together. So just the fact of her even being here and us being able to do this together is monumental. So my final thought is just that, to work on your relationship with your mother, no matter what age you are, no matter what you go through. If she is alive and you're able to have that with her, to work on it, because it is worth it. And you need that person. You need your mother. You need that. So that's my final word for today.
Beautiful.
My final thought for today is everybody to just be grateful for where we are and don't be afraid of where you're going. That's my final thought.
Okay.
And thank you guys for having me on. I appreciate this. I was a nervous wreck before I got here. I'm just like sitting here with a bunch of family because pretty much that's what you guys are. Anybody that loves this one here, I love you all for that.
It's hard.
So I do want to thank my pastor mom for coming. This is her day off, and so I was like, I understand because Mondays is her day off, but she truly has been monumental in my life, and she knows the situations I've gone through with previous spiritual mothers, and she still loved me when I was a horrible person. So my final thought is appreciate what appreciates. And I value this woman. She know I will drag a person for her, but we don't. But because she appreciates the person I was even when I was broken, and she always saw my value. And so her investment in me is the reason why I'm here today. So I appreciate what appreciated me, even in my broken place. And sometimes you just need somebody to appreciate you even when you're broken. And so that is my final thought. Appreciate what appreciates you.
Yes.
Beautiful.
That's my best.
The appreciation. Mama.
I don't have my mom with me. But I want to say first and foremost, thank you for having me here today. I enjoyed myself. This was a blessing.
Yes.
I walked into it blind. Kevin I'm thinking a different way. Kevin got another iron in the fire, and that's what I was thinking. And then when I was asleep and heard ding ding, so he sent the message to the
I was talking about
right.
Oh,
So I'm like, oh, he's talking about the show. Oh, okay. But you know what I want to say? Appreciate your mother while you have her. Appreciate her. Love on her, give her all that you can, do all that you can for her. I miss my mother, and like I said earlier, that my mother was my biggest support. Mm-hmm. She was my biggest support system and was there when I was the only child that graduated from high school. She was there. She was there, and I know when I graduated from college, if she was here. Mm-hmm. She would have been there, first in line. So yeah, love on your mothers, love whoever God put in your life.
Yeah.
For a season, because everybody is not gonna stay.
Yeah.
So just nice.
Yes.
Stop making faces behind her back.
Wait, but I'm gonna catch him right now because he is my love. Lord have mercy. I don't know if my son want to go first because I have a mom. I'm his mom. If you guys don't know, it has been a pleasure. First of all, to sit at the table with my son. Can I just say that it's been a pleasure? Yes. He doesn't know. Just as a mom, I'm inspired by him. I know. I see at the tables I turn. I know it's mothers. To my mom, I love you. I thank you. I grace you for your upbringing. I grace you for training me. I thank you for the tenacity and the strength that you have taught us, even as your child. To my mom, to every woman at this table whose mother operates as a mom, God bless you. But this one, mine behind me. I'm just like y'all. This one right here. He is. I see him in me all the time. His perseverance. He don't know I was when you tell me I couldn't, I could. When you told me it was black, no, baby, it's white. He has that, and I see that in him no matter what. And keep going. But mothers empower, they nurture, they train, they equip, they sacrifice. Boy, mama, it's a lot. It's a lot. I told my mom yesterday, my mom, I get it now. We laid down our lives so they can live.
Yeah.
We just stop eating so they can eat.
Yes.
For another day. So have my son, here you go. Let's look. My beautiful children, God bless you. It's a pleasure to be a mother. And to every mom who operates in the status of a mom, may God's grace and mercy continue to cover you. Amen. All right, son.
Hit
it.
Because it's my show.
He go last because it's his show.
Oh, my bad.
So I stole Kevin for a second.
I love Kevin.
It's crazy because what my mom said. All right, so a mother's love is a bond like no other. It is selfless, unconditional, and enduring. A mother's love can weather any storm and conquer any obstacle. Take a moment today to appreciate your mother and all she has done for you. Tell her how much you love her and appreciate her. And thank her for the endless sacrifices she has made to help you become the person you are today. Cherish every moment with your mother, for her love and presence in your life is truly priceless.
Yes.
Hashtag priceless, because that's everything about me, and mine is priceless. And I'm gonna say this to my mother: I appreciate everything that you have done for me and my sisters. Despite our upbringing, despite anything that may have come to trip us up, we appreciate you, and I appreciate you being the biggest support system, my number one supporter, my biggest cheerleader. And yeah, yeah, that's it. That's all.
Oh.
I think if I had
I don't know.
Word
church tissue. Boy, that's all. Wait, look at the tissue. The ugly cry. Got the ugly cry going on.
I think if I had my words of wisdom was make it count. The reason I said that is only because, as Kevin said so eloquently, I'm going to say eloquently, because this is very well that the value that our mothers have, but our mothers hold a lot of weight in words.
Yeah.
What they say matters and holds. My thing is right now where I'm at is making it count. That what I do, what I work for the days of, I'm gonna call it how I hear it because it's the truth, for the days of frustration, for the days of aggravation, for the days of not getting it, for the days of it not making sense, for the days of it like, boy, what you doing? Like, for the days of it, that don't make sense. How you doing that? For the days of all those things, all the time of the youth and growing up and developing, that my goal now is to make my days count. That I can truly show the appreciation and the value of who you are, what you are, and why you are.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm really I have a heartburn that doesn't sound proper, but a heartburn for the journey of success.
Yeah.
To be able to express to those that I love how much I love them.
Exactly.
So that it's bigger than just, I just want to make it. There's some value, some things that I want to get back. And I have the mind to do so. I need my money to catch up as well. So use that as fuel and fire to make this happen. Listen, y'all, it's Big Frank in the morning. To my mother, I love you. What you want to say, Mom? Go ahead.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Ooh, the mothers is here.
Wait, all right.
All right, y'all
All
right, we go ahead on no.
How have your mother been an inspiration to you? Has she been one? Did you say that? That wasn't.
That wasn't the responsibility. Was to discuss a word of wisdom.
Oh, my bad.
Right. Once again, this is Frank in the morning. My mother is me.
Catch it? I caught it.
My bad.
So if you want to read in between the lines.
Oh, go.
Because of just who you are and what you've been and all that you've endured, and all that you said, and all of your words, I want to make sure that I honor you in a way that will blow your mind.
Boom.
On a consistent basis.
Amen.
Now that's one mother down, two more to go.
All right. You know, me and my son just recently had a conversation.
Yeah.
We just recently had, a heartfelt conversation, and I had to step back from him because of what he was going through. I didn't want to dictate to him or try to give him any direction. He had to learn it for himself. And so by me doing that, when he came to me and spoke to me, this was a matter of days ago, and he spoke to me and he said, Mom, you're the only one that stepped back. And I thank you for that. He said, but I never felt like I could come to you. I said, this right here is the way that you should have came. Because when you have a heartfelt conversation with your child and all the prayer that you send up, hoping that they just get it. And then when you see that they got it, oh my God. Woo, Jesus.
Happy dance.
All I could do was say thank you, Lord, because it's when we put our mouth on our children to try to guide them in a direction that we think may work for them, and they just kick against it. You have to step back and let them figure it out for themselves. And then they're going to come back to you and say, look, this is what I'm going through. This is where I'm at. And then you looking, but you just saying within yourself a cheer, a hallelujah, a thank you. They got it.
Mm-hmm.
My son got it. He's no longer that little boy. He's a grown man.
Grown man.
Church tissue, Pastor Church. He got this thing. And we cried for him, we prayed for him, and I just thank God today that I can say, well done,
yes,
my son.
No, let me say, well done.
Oh, you just go and go be a dry eye in the room.
Because you trying to give me the kudos, and it's all because of you.
Oh, that's what's up.
I can only put myself in for the work that I'm doing now. I can give myself the credit for that, but my upbringing, your push and your whoopings,
there it is.
They made me like everything. So I give you a round of applause. I give all of y'all a round of applause because Mama Ross, there will be no Frank. There will be no my big brother.
Right.
100%. There would be no Diaja if there wasn't you. There would be no Jessica in this sense if there was no you. But all respect to your mom. But absolutely, there would be no Jessica, and for your parents, Daniel, there would be no you. So
she a different one.
Just say I can't talk to y'all for putting your best foot forward.
Yeah. Oh man, I just apologize. I did not give honor to my mom, and my mom unfortunately passed away the same month as my husband had passed in 3 weeks. I died on December the 5th, my husband December the 7th, my uncle December the 9th, and my mom on the 31st. And she passed away at 8 p.m., 2 hours before I had to preach New Year's Eve service. But I give her honor and I give her great reverence. I actually wear her right along my side. But this is her right here along with me. So I want to honor her and let her know, obviously, that I appreciate her. And this is one of the things that therapy is teaching, is that it's okay to talk to those that have left your life. And so I sit her right there on my desk, and so I look at her and I can hear her saying Bert. So I just wanted to honor her, let her know that I love her and I appreciate her. And once again, thank you all so much.
Amen.
Yeah.
I just thought I was gonna have breakfast, sit up and eat.
I thought about it, but my relief at work didn't come in.
But that's all right, because Niagara Cafe is right around the corner.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'll just say this: biology doesn't always make the situation. Doesn't always solidify the situation. I didn't know my birth mother; she died when I was 6 weeks old, and the person who was my mom, Peaches, my aunt, that was my everything. But the one thing that, even though Pastor does have biological children, the one thing I really appreciate about her is that she never was like, oh, I don't think I could be her mom. Like, it was kind of just like, I'm gonna accept the assignment because I know what she needs in this season. And a lot of times we try to push biology, and it's like, oh, because you're biologically connected, we're spiritually connected. And she knows, like, I love her. She knows that's my boo and everything like that. But I just want to have people that's out there that's struggling with letting people in because you have experienced loss. Biology doesn't make it better. You have to allow God to place those people in your life. Like, I fought her. Like, she'll tell you, I fought her. I was like,
know that it's God to accept it.
Listen, because I was like,
everybody that want to be a daughter, I can't accept.
She can't accept. Because I was like, and I did
one more time.
Because I did tell her, I was like, I knew she was meant to be my mom, but I was like I said, I was in a broken place. But a lot of people place biology on it. You have to accept who God sends to you, and do not haze them, because I hazed her. Do not haze them, because hazing them could frustrate them from continuing to be in your life. I thank God for her diligence, but you have to understand biology is not everything. And when God sends you to people to value them. I value every single person at this table. Frank knows I value him as my brother. Like, Daniel knows, but you have to value them, because they don't have to stay. They don't have to tolerate you. Because at one point I was intolerable. They don't have to tolerate you, but they choose to. And that's a gift. The fact that they choose to stay is a gift, so don't ever take it for granted. That's why when she with me, I'm like, I don't want you to pay for a meal because you chose to stay when other chose to leave.
Right.
Unfortunately, we choose to leave right now. It's right now. We're good. We'll be back on Wednesday. It's going down. Fire 716, Big Frank in the morning. Stay locked in for Dante. He'll be on at 11 o'clock today. It's going down.